You ever find yourself suddenly wanting something new, like completely out of the blue?
Oh, yeah. That gadget, maybe some new clothes.
Exactly. And you kind of wonder, is that urge actually mine? Or did it come from somewhere else?
But it probably feels more spontaneous than it really is. I mean, think about the sheer amount of stuff we see online every day.
Yeah.
Especially social media.
Totally. And get this, there's data showing that something like 95% of consumers actually check social media before they buy something.
95%. That's nearly everyone.
It's huge. So today we're going to dive into that. Like, how exactly do these platforms nudge us, shape what we want, what we end up buying? We've got some really interesting sources looking into the psychology behind it all.
Yeah, our mission here is to really unpack those mechanisms, because it's definitely more than just looking at nice photos. There's a lot going on under the surface.
Okay, so let's start there. How do they even know what shiny new thing to dangle in front of us? It's not just coincidence, right?
No, definitely not. Think of the algorithms. They're sort of like digital detectives, constantly watching.
Watching what, specifically?
Well, what you click on, how long you watch a video, who you follow, what you like, all that stuff. And all those little actions build up this incredibly detailed picture of your interests, your habits, maybe even, what you might be insecure about.
Wow, okay. So they learn what grabs our attention.
Exactly. And then they use that map to feed you content, including ads and posts that are tailor-made to push your buttons.
Right. And that leads perfectly into influencers, doesn't it? Because their feeds often feel like these, hyper-polished shop windows.
That's a great way to put it. They present this aspirational lifestyle, and the products are woven right into that picture. It's very slick.
It makes it seem like that product is the key to that life.
Precisely. And it can subtly create that feeling of lack, like, maybe my life isn't quite as good, or I need that thing to keep up.
Which sounds a lot like FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Yes. FOMO is a huge factor. Social media can feel like this ongoing party or trend, and you see others enjoying it.
And you feel like you need the right stuff, the right experiences, just to be part of it.
Exactly. It taps right into that fundamental human need to belong, to be accepted. So we jump on trends, we buy the things.
So we don't feel left behind, okay. And then there's just the sheer volume of comparison, right? You're scrolling, everyone looks amazing, doing amazing things.
But it's curated. It's the highlight reel.
Right, not the messy behind-the-scenes reality.
But we compare our everyday normal lives to their polished presentation. And, well, that constant comparison can really breed feelings of inadequacy.
Yeah, I can see that.
And sometimes buying things can feel like a quick fix, a way to try and, bridge that gap between our reality and the illusion online.
Like trying to buy your way closer to that curated perfection. And the platforms make it incredibly easy to act on that impulse, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. That's the instant gratification piece. These platforms are designed for quick hits of pleasure, quick interactions.
A click, a swipe.
Yeah. And online shopping is often just another click away. So that fleeting desire, fueled by FOMO or comparison, can turn into an immediate purchase almost before you've really thought it through. It can kind of short-circuit more careful, future-oriented thinking.
So it's really way more than just a place to share photos or catch up with friends.
Much more. Social media is actively shaping our desires, our sense of self, the choices we make, sometimes in ways we don't even consciously register.
How so? Like every interaction matters.
Pretty much. Every share, every moment you spend looking at something, it leaves a kind of digital trace. And these traces don't just feed the algorithm, they subtly nudge our own self-perception and guide us towards certain preferences and decisions.
That's actually quite profound when you lay it out like that. It feels a bit overwhelming almost. So how do we navigate this? How do we avoid just being puppets of the algorithm?
Well, the sources we looked at really point towards awareness is the key. It's like the only real anchor we have in this constant digital current.
Just knowing this stuff is happening.
Knowing it, understanding the mechanisms, the algorithms, the influencer effect, FOMO, comparison, instant gratification, that's the critical first step. It allows you to pause, to question that sudden urge.
So it's not about ditching social media entirely, necessarily, but about engaging with it more consciously.
Exactly. Understanding why you suddenly want something.
Which means, I guess, true freedom isn't just about having choices, but knowing where those choices, or at least the desire for them, actually comes from.
That's a powerful way to frame it. True freedom really does begin with knowing what we want, and crucially, why we want it.
So wrapping this up then, the big takeaway is that social media is this potent force, subtly influencing our buying habits and desires. Through a whole mix of things, those smart algorithms, the allure of influencers, playing on our fear of missing out, constant social comparison, and that super easy instant gratification.
Absolutely. It's a complex ecosystem designed to capture attention and often drive consumption.
Okay, so here's something for you, the listener, to think about. Now that you've heard about these mechanisms, how might you look at your own social media feeds differently? When that next urge to buy something pops up after scrolling, maybe pause and ask yourself, where did that really come from? Definitely some food for thought.